Capricorn, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late December 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Capricorn collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do we got for these lovely Cappies in late December? It's Capricorn season, and as you can tell, I am feeling quite festive. Kyle Claus has indeed come to town. So I hope you're all feeling great. Let's see what energies, messages, insights we can take a little peek at. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Cappy in late December. And while we get this first card out, I just want to wish you all a very happy birthday. Whether it's coming up in the next couple days, whether it's a couple weeks, I really hope you have a great one. It's a lovely time of year, in my opinion. It's a little chilly in these parts. Okay, so I like this energy, but sometimes it could be a little bit much or a lot. It's great for creative things. It's great for imaginative things and like outside the box type of thinking. But she always makes me chuckle, like the lady with all the things in her hair. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this lovely lady with her beehive hairdo. And if you look a little closer, you can see she has all these different creative implements in her hair. Now, again, it's great for any sort of creativity. So whether it's writing, whether it's art, any sort of self-expression, really good. It's like, all right, I could think outside of the box. There's a lot of options and a lot of ways I can do something. So this is a great energy for figuring things out and putting your unique twist on stuff. Where we get into the potential challenge here is she literally has a lot of stuff on her mind, right? So for some of you, maybe you got a lot of things on your plate. Maybe there's a lot of places where your attention is. Just make sure you're not getting overwhelmed, because like the downside of this card, sometimes it could be overthinking. Sometimes it could be like the runaway train brain happening. Either that, or it's like my focus is spread in a lot of different areas. But I love the creativity. I really do. So any creative endeavor, any new thing, highly, highly favored. We're just going to let her chill right there. She can figure that all out. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for the Cappies. And while we do, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was a pretty good shift of energy. The reading itself was titled A Serious Win. Now, to me, it felt like if you take something seriously or you put a lot of focus and energy into it, you can't lose. That was like the overarching theme, where it's like the more serious you take something, the better the results are going to be. So I really like that. It was a lot of claimable energy. So we're going to hope to keep that going, see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else. It's all about your awareness, right? Let's get 3 cards here for the Cappies in their beautiful birthday season. And that's what made me happy last week. Like moving into your birthday season, we had some good energy. And wow, I mean, we're starting off in a really, really optimistic place. You know, I'm going to try to not get too optimistic here, but when we start reading with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm like, okay, here we go. Here we go, my friends. Let's get a couple more. We'll see how this all plays out. What we got for Cappy, please? Thank you. Wow. All right. We're looking good. Even if you're a cross watcher for a Capricorn, these energies could be very beneficial. They could be very beneficial. Let's get one more. Thank you. I mean, I don't think we could get much better than we're getting right now for the initial part of the spread. Now, again, I'm going to try to stay pragmatic and even keeled. I'm not going to like go off the rails and say this is the best reading of your life just yet. We still have to clarify, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. Now let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But yeah, first look, first glance, you know, I always like to look at the elements first, and we have a pretty good mixture, especially one that works well with Capricorn energy. We have the earth here on the back end. That's your power element. We got water. very complementary type of vibes. Now, this is a mixed element one, the Wheel of Fortune, but I see it more as just powerful major arcana. Think of Jupiter energy, very expansive. So all this energy together works. With the Earth, we have more of the earthly matters. So we think of work, home, career, family, living situations. It's the world we live in, feelings of security and stability. On top of it being a power card for you as well, we have the water, which is the emotional realm, the internal realm, that creativity we were seeing with that oracle card all over the place here with the Three of Cups. Really beautiful. Interpersonal connections and relationships are usually in play with water. Now, the downside to these elements with the earth, sometimes it could be a little stuck in the muck, sometimes it's a stubborn energy. When it comes to the water, it's the complete opposite, where it's like always flowing. So I like the balance that these two have together. I always say when we mix earth and water, uh, it's a recipe for blessings. It's a recipe for potential. So we're really starting off on a good foot across the board. And then, of course, the Jupiter energy, which we'll talk about further in depth when we break down the wheel. So let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, that beautiful Wheel of Fortune, my friends. Love it. And it's one of my favorite cards in the whole entire deck. It is my four-leaf clover. It's my good luck charm, and it's always a really welcome sight in any reading. Even in reverse, I love this card. Now, as I mentioned multiple times, I see this as Jupiter type of energy. And when I think of Jupiter energy, I think of expansion. I think of luckiness. So for a lot of you, whether Lady Luck is smiling upon you, you might catch a lucky break, something could swing your way, highly beneficial. So I think for a lot of you there's a great potential energy coming your way, and this could extend into a lot of different areas: personal relationships, monetary things. It's like, seems like a lot of things are coming into alignment, especially with this wheel. Now, it is also very spiritual. It's a karmic type of vibe. It does represent cycles, and I'd say the only downside to the Wheel of Fortune, in my opinion, is sometimes it moves a little too quick. Sometimes it's a little too sudden, a little too out of the blue, or surprising. So we do want to take a look at it, and it can just represent change, transformation. So there's a lot of stuff happening here right off the jump. Now, moving to the middle, the reason I'm not getting too concerned about it, at least yet, is the next card is super celebratory, great for this time of year, especially the holiday seasons and your birthday on top of it, the Three of Cups. And you see these people. Now, this card, it does get a bit of a reputation from some people. It can represent third parties or group things. I don't always go that route. First and foremost, I always see this card as celebration. These people are celebrating something. They're raising a toast: happiness, joyousness, merriment, having a good time, cutting loose. So this is a really nice vibe. If things have been a little stuck in the muck for you, if it's been a little too strict or been going through some serious stuff, when I see the Three of Cups, I'm letting loose. I'm letting a burden off of my shoulders. So I'm loving this. Could be partying it up, could be any group dynamic. So whether it's family, work, you name it. Now, the downside to the Three of Cups, sometimes it's an energy that's not taking something as serious as it should. So we'll look at the finer details here. Sometimes it could be overindulgence. Sometimes it can be a funky group dynamic. We'll just have to take a look at it. I'm getting a good vibe off of it so far. Big wins, victories, and blessings. That seems to be the theme that we're catching here, especially with the wheel and the Three of Cups right next to it. Now, moving to the back end, we have another very important card, especially in a Capricorn reading. Got our good pal here, the Knight of Pentacles. Now, this could be any earth sign, so Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Knights to me represent action, and they represent communication. Very similar to pages in that respect. So when I see the Knight of Pentacles, I like the personality traits of it. It's very dependable. It's detail oriented. It's taking its time. It's not rushing. So these are the really good aspects of the Knight of Pentacles. Could it be some sort of conversation? Absolutely. Since it is one of your power cards, the clarifier might just give us a little more information on what's coming towards you or how you might be feeling. But the downside, I'm sure you could guess it, it's very similar with most earth cards. The Knight of Pentacles can be a little too slow. So it could be so slow that it seems like it's not moving. It's like moving like molasses, or it could be something that feels a little stuck. So when we go from the front with this free flowing energy into the Knight of Pentacles, hopefully this is a good type of tone back, but there's just so much nuance here, and I really like this Knight of Pentacles for you, especially in a Capricorn reading. So I want to dive deeper on all of this, Capricorn. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my friends. What do we got for the Cappies, please? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that wheel, shall we? And yeah, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Cappy, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, why is that Wheel of Fortune in the mix? Why is it? Thank you. All right, we're really going to need to take a closer look as we move through the reading, because I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing, but to me, it's a sense of anticipation that I'm picking up in a very strong way. Now, the Hanged Man. Sometimes it gets a reputation of being that stuck type of energy, like we're picking up here on the back end. It's retracted, it's pulled back, it's not making like real world action just yet. There's a lot of watching, there's a lot of planning, there's a lot of considering. So when I see the Hanged Man clarifying this Wheel of Fortune, it's like I'm looking for signs, I'm looking for hints and clues. So for a lot of Capricorns, you might just be in a place with any situation where it's like you're trying to read between the lines or look for the signs, synchronicities, and omens. There's a certain sense of anticipation I'm picking up here where it's like any minute, oh, I know it's coming, something's coming, I feel it. I feel it deep down. So I'm not sure how that could apply for some of you. Maybe it's personal, some of you maybe career, but there's this strong impending uh, anticipation that I'm picking up here in a very powerful way. Now, can this be a plan of some sort? Could this be observation? Sure. But to me, I think it's good. It's like I'm preparing my energy for something big. And I think it's nice. I do think it's nice, but a lot of you could be extra perceptive in this time of subtleties and nuances of various situations that you're going through. Let's keep moving. I feel like we don't need to overcomplicate it. It's an energy that's like I'm watching for the shifts. Let's see what the Three of Cups has. And the good thing about the front end energy, remember I was saying like with the wheel, it's very fast, very sudden. This energy is the opposite. So we do have like a little bit of a yin yang type of energy where it's like they balance each other off, which could be really good. Let's see what's up with the Three of Cups. There could be a lot of things coming into alignment in this time. Why's that Three of Cups here? All right, very lighthearted. I like this. I mean, we got the double threes, so we are picking up the omens, the signs, synchronicities. It's the second time I'm getting this type of message in the front end, and I was getting it for other signs in recent weeks. It seems like you're up to bat, so pay attention for those little signs, synchronicities, spiritual visits, and stuff like that. Double threes, so especially the repeating threes. Now, the Three of Pentacles is an energy that's usually very hard at work. Again, it could represent group dynamics, people that work together. When I see it in reverse underneath the Three of Cups, it's an energy that's letting loose. It's like enjoying itself. It's having a good time. Now, for a very small portion of you, hopefully there isn't somebody in the circle where you feel like they're not taking something as seriously as they should. This is a very nonchalant type of energy I'm picking up here. Now, again, does that have to be a bad thing? Not saying that, but the energy is just like very lighthearted. It's not too serious. So it's like the opposite of what I was picking up last week. It seems very nonchalant, whereas like this energy is watching, analyzing, paying attention. This one in the center is just winging it, if that makes sense. Now, I'm not sure if that's advice from spirit or if it's your energy that's cutting loose and enjoying itself. I still already feel like there's absolutely energy open for wins and victories here. So I'm liking what I'm feeling, but there is this really strong, not so serious, nonchalant type of energy that's presenting itself in this time. Let's keep going. And then, of course, the synchronicities, the omens, very powerful. Let's see what the Knight of Pentacles has. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. So far, I'm liking what I'm feeling here, my friends. So let's see why the Knight of Pentacles is here. Thank you. Boom. There it is. Huge. Huge. So we got Judgment. There's the shift. There's the change. And I feel like it's the change for the better. Now, Judgment has a lot of similarities to this Wheel of Fortune that we have in the front. They're both karmic. They both represent cycles. They both represent change and shift. So it's like you're seeing the signs, interpreting the signs, and then boom, it kicks in. I just really like that Judgment is here. Like it's given me a good feeling, actually. So if there's an area of life that you've been wanting a shift or a change of the energy, it's here. Like if you're anticipating it, if you're expecting it, it happens. So there could be some sort of massive change or shift in the energy that I really like. But aside from that, the wins and victories are here. Like it's all like coming at you magnetically. And as I already mentioned, it could be different areas of life. So personal relationships, work things. It seems like a lot of things are aligning for you in a big way. So this is another one of my cards of the signs, synchronicities, and omens. So it seems like Capricorn out of the whole zodiac this week. There's a lot of universal energy at play. There's a lot of signs, but I don't feel like they're warning signs. To me, they feel more like encouragement signs, like, hey, it's coming. Something big's coming in for you. So this anticipation, I feel like it gets rewarded on the end. I do have like a victory, blessing, win, whatever label we want to put on it. I like it. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card here. So I love your reading this week. It's a great way to kick off Capricorn season. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we got the Wheel of Fortune and the Hanged Man. So yeah, watching, waiting, analyzing, that was a big vibe I was picking up here, a certain sense of anticipation. I like it. Watch for the signs that showed up heavily. So the repeating numbers, spiritual visits. Moving to the middle, we got the Three of Cups with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, and energy that's letting loose, having a good time, enjoying itself. For a small portion of you, maybe it is like a nonchalant approach to something where it's like, all right, well, whatever happens, happens. Like this one is anticipating and watching. This one is just letting it flow. Moving to the back end, we do have the Knight of Pentacles with Judgment. Boom, here comes this shift, this change. What it is you might be anticipating comes in, and we just have these powerful signs and universal tie-ins. So overall, I like the way the energy looks coming towards you in multiple areas of life. So I think this is very claimable. And even if you're cross-watching, this is also very claimable because this energy is workable. So there's improvement. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out for you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Page of Cups. It's another really good energy that I'm picking up. Now, the only downside, the only shadow side that I pick up when I see the Page of Cups, sometimes it could suppress things. Sometimes it could be a little shy, a little bashful, unsaid things. So for some of you, like if there's something you've been wanting to talk to somebody about, something you've been wanting to say, you should probably share it when this shows up in the shadows. But again, it's another energy that works very well with Capricorn. This is a huge card of emotional vulnerability, letting it spill, great for talks, conversations. So if you've been having miscommunications with somebody, this is what we want to see in the shadows. It could be unexpected, surprising talks when this shows up. But I think it's good. The only shadow side here is don't suppress too much and don't be shy to speak your piece about something. That's a big vibe I'm picking up here. But aside from that, yeah, Capricorn, I love your reading this week, my friend. So that's what I have for you. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The December subscriber surprise. If you would like further clarification on your situation, you can book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My December schedule is live right now, and the spots go quick. So go check it out, see what's available if you want to have a chat with me. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks for all skill levels, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards, which one do you resonate with most? When you see it in a reading, it's like, yeah, that's me. Put your answer in the comments. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in the community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.